Alright, hey, what's up you guys? Gavin here. Today we have a pretty awesome band we're looking at. Rome Hero Foxes. The album we're looking at today is Hunters and Demons. Now, off this album, the first song that I heard was Bad Thoughts. I don't know if it was a music video. I don't remember it being a music video when I first listened to it. I think I just came across a number of these bands. I think at the time I was looking into foxing. Also, they played some live shows with a couple of my friends. So, yeah. Some of the things we're going to be talking about today are my first impression of the band and the album, lyrics from the album, band similarities, favorite song, and the singing and screaming styles that Rome Hero Foxes employ. Alright, so the first song off this album is Hunters, and I haven't really looked into the album too much. Mostly, I was introduced to one song, and it made a really good impression. I really liked it. If you've been watching my videos, you probably know by now that usually songs take a while for them to sink in, especially with music like this. It's not entirely complex, but it's in the band's interest if they give their audience time to let the music sink in versus, trying to, or expecting that their audience is just going to right away like it, because it's not like pop music. Most indie music is like this. By the way, this song is really good. I'm not going to say right away that the band reminds me of the Main, because the Main's a little more poppy. I definitely think that they're from Houston. Yeah, so they're from Texas. I was gonna say either they're from Austin or somewhere near or around the Austin area. I mean, it's not exactly close. It's not like down the street or anything, but it's in Texas, and like top cities you hear about is Austin, Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio. Maybe Waco, but yeah, Bad Thoughts is on this album. I wonder why I got that album cover. Are they both on this? They're both on this album. What? I guess they did like a re-release or something. That's interesting. So They have like 2 albums, with the song that I was looking for, the song that I got introduced to, Bad Thoughts, is on both of these albums. That's why I picked this album, because I wanted to go over an album that I was a little more familiar with than just an album that I hadn't even heard of. I think it would have been a little more fair that way, but I guess that's not really the case. But yeah, so we're gonna look at the lyrics. This song is really good. I don't think I had any doubt for Rum Here Foxes. I guess I'm just a little pleasantly surprised, because with Foxing there was a couple songs that I was kind of like, it's okay, but this is pretty good. So it says, lately I've been having these nightmares about these eyeless creatures that could still stare into your soul, and I can't help but have them. It's a little bit more than inevitable. So I walk around the halls, shivering cold. Yeah, 'cause I know they're waiting. Yeah, they're just waiting in the walls. And there's nothing I can do, there's nothing I can say. I'm locked out of my own mind, a prisoner to my brain, your brain. And lately, I've been having these daydreams, and yeah, they're all about the demons living inside me. No, I won't ever catch them. I'm a little bit more than inevitable. So I run around the halls, shivering cold. Yeah, 'cause I know they're waiting. Yeah, they're just waiting in the walls. So it does have some screamo. It's a little progressive. I've been at the end, I've been to the very end. When everyone you loved has left you, and you swear that you'd rather be dead. But I have to keep on going. I have to keep on breathing. I can't just let them win. The demons that are living inside me. This was a couple years ago. So I definitely like that this is taking a little bit from what we're used to, which is love and loss. I really want to see more lyrics that stem away from that. I know it's a classic case and it's a very relatable subject, but as far as creativity and it's not. It's so boring and bland, and sometimes people don't feel that way about love. Sometimes they don't feel like love is this bitter end, and that it's just gonna always end in despair, or that it's always gonna make them happy. Like, love is sometimes irrelevant when it comes to music. Sometimes music is its own thing, sometimes it's really mechanical, and like, it's about vibrations and sound. What does vibrations have to do with love? I mean, okay, that's kind of, someone could probably explain to me how that's connected, but like, it'd be cool if we could, we had more artists that talked about, maybe their childhood. I mean, I know that's a thing, but I want to see more of it. Or maybe someone has, like, they just want to describe a couch. Just spice it up. Anyway, so the next song we're looking at is A Note for Departure. No, I need shoot. Alright. So a note for my departure. Before we get into the lyrics, I do want to elaborate a little bit more on my first impression. I guess my first impression was probably like, wow, this is actually really good. I downloaded it to my iPod, and I hadn't really taken a moment to really, look at it and like do a little musical analyzation that I do when I listen to music for the first time. And I was just sitting there contemplating, like, I could actually take the time to listen to what the lyrics were saying and how it related to me, and it was like, this is alright. Bad Thoughts by Rum Hair Foxes. This is really good. So I definitely had that progressive, almost swan core background guitar stuff in this song. It's I tried my best to stay, but all the things I said still runs inside my head. Just know I tried my best to stay, but the demons get stronger every day. Lately I've been feeling like my body's slowly fading. There's still nothing I can do. There's still nothing I can say. Alright, so we're going to talk about these lyrics for a second. Already off the bat we can tell that based off these lyrics, this whole album is definitely a concept album. It's about his demons, you know, his inner struggles. The album itself is called Hunters and Demons. So, yeah. Where I left off, there's still nothing I can do, there's still nothing I can say. And straightly, I was still to feel like I am suffocating, because when I stand out in the sun, I can still feel myself shivering. So this is kind of cool. It's a little bit of that, like, negativity. I guess it's a little bit cooler than, you know, I wish she would come back, or, you know, she broke my heart, so this and that, or something like that. I love lyrics like that, but I don't. There's just so many songs out there that it's just, I mean, I'm not telling anyone to stop making those songs. By all means, make all those songs with the lyrics and the, you know, the cheese. Everybody loves cheese. But at the same token, can we please just can we even it out a little bit? Like, one day I can, you know, take some lyrics from this one lovey-dovey song and tell my girlfriend in a very romantic way that I love her. Or I can just, you know, talk to my friends about how this crazy lyric was weird as hell because it was talking about how socks were like fighting. Like, please. It's in our best interest as humans to evolve in every aspect, not just, you know, physically and mentally, like musically, historically, naturally, theatrically. So, back to what I was saying. And if you'd ask, I'd say it's getting cold, so cold that I can see my breath fading and nothing more to cause affront. On why I can't let go, and I will surely fall where no one goes, all the ghosts that follow me into my sleep and dreams, and I'll scream, get away from me. But how could you hear what you can't see? All I know is that demons are consuming me. If there's no reason to stop, let's keep this party going. We'll go and show the kids who think that life is boring. And they keep calling my name and I'm hearing everything. Interesting. This could have gone a really cool way. I think if he had, you know, it could have still been a concept album without making it so personal. I mean, you know, music is definitely an expression. And I think a lot of people, you know, this is therapeutic and it helps people move on. But honestly, if he really, if he had just separated, you know, eating and shitting, this would have been really cool. He could have made this a concept album in a whole nother light. Hunters and Demons could have been about a story about hunters and demons, and the album could have been really cool. I mean, not to say that the album's not cool or anything, but it's just, these are, there's an expectation being risen when it comes to music right now. You know, there's so many people trying to jump into music, and they're going in head first, not really, you know, thinking about it or, you know, figuring out a way to really be successful, which is cool. I get it, you know. head first. You don't even know how far you're really gonna get, so you might as well just try. I get that, but if you just take a minute and tell yourself, hey, maybe I can get far. Maybe there is a way to get far. I will, and just be creative and a little more. I don't know, like take advantage of the fact that you get control over your albums, your music, all that jazz, all that cool stuff. So I think it's really. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who relate to this song, but there's a lot of these ghosts inside him when it could have been about how he could have made this album scary and sound good. It would have been really cool. There's a lot of potential in a lot of these bands that I come across, and it doesn't make me mad as it does kind of like really make me curious as to which bands are going to actually have the confidence to take these steps, because those are the bands that are really going to catch the light in the future when, who's going to be the next big thing, who has the next big idea. So, anyways, the next song we're looking at is 2 Friends, 3 Days. A lot of these bands wind up talking about how these parties suck and their friends are backstabbers, and it's fun, but it's so mundane. Like, please, maybe your friend backstabbed you because he was a werewolf. Like, maybe read a book and use those as a inspiration to throw into your lyrics. Like, man, you could really take advantage of the creativity space you have right now that you're not big. I just think it's impressive how many bands don't do this. Alright, so it starts off really good. It's really fast paced. It's definitely one of these songs that make me kind of want to get up and groove, maybe bob my head. Okay, now we slow down. Alright, I like that. Definitely understand where they got the progressive title from. They're a really good band, but I don't see what separates them from the other great bands that are just like this. Another band that I would compare this to is Hitting Subset. They're really good bands, and Hitting Subset's a little bit different because they do kind of get a little more complex. Their lyrics kind of stem into cooler stuff like science. Like Time Garden was really cool. I thought it was really interesting. And these are the things that are going to separate them. This is why Dance Gavin Dance is going to be one of the big progressive names when, these little subgenres start getting bigger and bigger. And the big names in the subgenres are going to start getting bigger and bigger. So, back to what I was saying. Big Hitting Subset, I can see them, finding a little more popularity and a little more separation from just one little mundane group of people or mundane genre. This is not to say that Norm Hair Foxes isn't doing successful, because they are. I remember looking at some of their stuff, and they do have a really good fan base, and I really think that they are, gonna be successful no matter what. I mean, you look at all these pop punk bands that are trying to pop up, and there's very, very minuscule differences between these bands, and it doesn't really stop them from really succeeding. Everyone likes pop punk. There's another pop punk band that you can talk about. They got a new name, they got a new look, there's someone hotter in that group. It doesn't totally take you out of the reins if there's no difference, or there's not really, you don't really stand out. But in my opinion, if I were my own label group, I would be looking for the people that are taking you know, those steps. Anyways, we're gonna get back to the lyrics. I am going off on a tangent here. So it starts off, if you said that you were fine, is that what you really meant? I wish I could have been there screaming, don't do it, it's not worth it. But there was nothing I could do to change your mind. The least you could have done for me was say goodbye. Goodbye. Now, either this song is about another heartbreak or suicide. And I swear to God, if I find one more song about those two things, I'm gonna commit suicide. Because it's boring. I don't want to think about my whole life about how, you know, these bands are basically almost encouraging it because that's all they talk about. I'm not saying that you should, and I'm saying that I actually will. I'm just saying that if all these musicians are talking about suicide and they want to prevent it, or they want, you know, people not to be so suicidal, guess what? Change your lyrics a little bit. Stop talking so much about sad shit. Talk about some cool shit. Talk about funny shit. I mean, it doesn't have to always be sad. If that's your only motivation, that's the only thing that inspires you, then damn, I'm sorry. But you're gonna have a lot of sad fans. A lot of cool ones and excited ones, but you're gonna be sad, and they're gonna be sad. Just in my opinion. Anyways, I think I already talked about who they remind me of. My first impression, the lyrics, a little bit. My favorite song, just because I've heard it so many times, is probably Bad Thoughts. It reminds me of, you know, special people, and, you know, I probably listen to it with my significant other, and yeah. We're gonna listen to it real quick. We're already at the 20-minute mark, but I want to get this out of the way. So as it says right now, but if you leave, you should really tell me, so I know that you mean it and you won't come back. If you're walking away, don't you dare come back. Say that you're running, yeah, you say that you're running away. So why do you keep looking back? Yeah, do you keep looking back? And now you're just another thought gone bad in my head. The friend down when the next one said, don't you know, girl, that was long ago. The night's been alone in my head. Alright, so I already named my favorite song. And the singing and screaming styles, again, not much to really work with. They sing good. They're not like Johnny Craig or like you can definitely hear like a Houston-y type of thing going on, but it's not really. There's nothing really stands out. Sadly to say. Screaming styles, they scream, but like kind of like how Tyler Joseph screams, like in the background. So it's not really technically screamo. And it's not like screaming like John Mess or anything. But, yeah. So that's pretty much all I have to say about Hunters and Demons. I'll probably give this album, like, probably a 3 out of 5. It's good, but it's just, there's nothing, like, I don't really see why I would come back. I could find, I'm sorry to say this, but I could probably find another band that's almost exactly like this, who probably have you know, a significant difference that would probably make me want to, you know, come back. Bad Thoughts is a great song, and I definitely appreciate them for that song. Yeah, I think that's about it. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. And if you have any other like musicians you want to check out, or movies, games you want to check out, leave all your submissions or suggestions in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe. Peace.